How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Friday, March 25th. March 25th. And man, it's spring is upon us, at least here in the northern hemisphere. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live. If you're in the chat or coming into the chat, welcome to the chat. Type in, say what's up. Tell me where you're from, where you're tuning in from. You know, it really is right now. You know, I'll say if we're setting the stage and setting the tone for the day, right? Part of us being in that intentional creation role, and kind of what we're securing as the foundations, crystallizing as the foundations for the day. It's how can we open up to miracles and live by faith in every now moment. So I recognize that the word faith itself carries its connotations. It carries its stigma with it. It carries a lot. It carries a lot. And so we could reinsert faith with trust, with hope. Essentially what we're doing is we're dissolving the mechanisms of fear from our own life, and we're opening up to what that flow is and how we can allow miracles to work through us in every now moment, right? So when it comes to tapping into our soul's essence and tapping into our quantum knowing, it's can we allow the universe to carry us exactly where we need to go on our journey, and to provide for us that which we could not perceive or witness with the limitations of the human, but rather just opening up to divine flow and allowing it to just carry us home, to support us, to nurture us, and to be with us in every now moment. I myself am recognizing how opportunity opens up when we release the resistance and we release the expectation from our life on what it's supposed to look like, how it's supposed to go, how it's supposed to be perceived by others, right? And I guess we could say the declaration of intention today from Creator, right, is that we open up to miracles, that we open up to flow, that we open up to guidance, and then we just ask to receive this, right? The abundant blessings of you, the joy, the creation, the freedom, and acknowledging that when we live by trust, when we release the expectation, when we release the resistance from within, that we now allow the universe to move us, move with us into a place that we might not even perceive or witness from the limitations of the I ego, but from the expansion of the we are right here, right? That essence, that spark, that creation of you, right? And to really firmly know that creation itself wants us to live within that miraculous knowing, to live within that place of divine surrender, and to really open up to that divine flow. And so I feel like that's a great starting point for the day, right? Is to know that we, as human beings in a body, us as the divine knowing, are really stepping into a lot of newness and a lot of freshness in our own lives right now, right? So I recognize not everyone has been able to tap into this, right? Because we will hit that plateau period in our own lives where we kind of peak and then we just kind of like settle in at that baseline, right? And everyone's at a different place in their journey, right? So we don't want to come from a place of separation. We don't want to come from a place of contrast or comparison. We actually just want to open up to go, okay, well, so if this magic is possible for others, how can I open up to allow that to be possible for me? Because that was a big part of my journey, was I saw everyone else getting the miracles. I saw everyone else witnessing the new. I saw everyone else propagating those pathways. I saw everyone else get the things. I saw everyone else have the happiness. And I felt left out of my own show. I felt like I was left out of my own reality. But as a result, I was leaving myself out of my own reality because of things like sabotage, things like neglecting my own well-being, not really taking that time to tune in to really ask those important questions. What is it that I want? What is it that I want to do? And how can I refine the me in the we and not live by the I up here that keeps me in these really interesting situations? Let's just put it that way, right? So this itself can either keep us in the smallness of us, or it can also come into another level of greatness that comes across twisted and distorted, and as a result, it skews the lenses and it skews the reality. So the perception of I, the perception of we is held within us. And so when we're speaking of the I and the we, we're coming from the eternal I, the eternal we, the unified self, and what that means to be that conduit of source, that beacon of us, that beacon of light. Right? It's palpable. These pathways, these realms that we can really step into right now if we just surrender and relax. But we also have to practice patience. Patience is a big key here. We actually renamed my rig the other day. We renamed it Patience. I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a key, right? Like, let's name her Patience, right? Because that's been a big teacher of her, right? Big teacher of her. And actually, it's funny because you know, we have these synchronicities that show up in our realities, these themes, these lessons, you know, these holograms that we upload and code in to remind us of such things, whether it be a feather, a flower, piece of fruit, or a sign that we see driving by. And for me, we have a car here locally, and it's this old woman that drives this old Volvo. And you know, I live out in on reservation land, so it's all dirt roads to get out of here. And this woman drives 3 miles an hour, and it's funny because she bothers a lot of people that get behind her because of how slow she drives. But when you see her, she's just smiling. She's just in her flow. So I chose to name her Patience. And anytime I see her, you go, okay, that's it, Patience, right? And that's when we recoded the RV and decided to name the RV Patience, right? And how we can practice that in our own lives and allow the universe to work the miracles into our own lives every single day, which means that we just have to sit back, allow, and trust. And sometimes no momentum means that things could be moving faster than you might recognize, but the limitation of the eye from here can't see the full orchestration or to see what's fully unraveling for all of us. And this is where we have to really ignite what that faith and that trust is for ourselves. But we also have to break free from a lot of conditioning, right? And a lot of storylines and a lot of narratives that will tell us otherwise. And to perfect this in our own lives, it is a process. Retuning, refinement, shifting beliefs, asking questions, engaging with new thoughts, new routines, new ways of being, new ways of doing, and also acting upon the spark, acting upon the go window to create and to be. We also have to know that when the doorway of opportunity arrives, that we open it up and we say, thank you. There you are. Oh, dear one, I've been waiting for you. And we cross through that threshold and we don't look back. And this is where we live by that. There are no mistakes on this journey, and we can't get anything wrong. I know it sounds silly. I myself, right, when I'm connected, it's very easy to say that, but when I'm disconnected and I'm small, I'm like, oh my God, I screwed that one up and I did that messed up, or I said that the wrong way, and all these things, and then all these judgments and perceptions come up and they flood my head, and then all of a sudden, you know? We gotta live by example, guys. We gotta walk it like we talk it. We've got to embody it. When that doorway opens up, can you say thank you, and can you walk through the threshold and trust that that room is for you, okay? That it's for you, and that it's perfect just as it is, and it's perfect just as it appears before you. It's always perfect. Always is. And this is from a place of higher knowing, because I recognize that there's things in this world that are going on right now, and there's situations and things that people have gone through that don't feel so perfect. But we also have to recognize that we are the divine alchemists. We are the ones that create the treasure in every now moment. We are the ones that witness the miracle no matter what we're going through. And I recognize that it takes persistence, it takes practice to find these things, and it really takes into that it takes us having to be really gentle and delicate with ourselves sometimes, to stand firm in our knowing, to trust the process as it unravels, and to recognize that the minute you put in the order, it's not immediately created, because there's a process that occurs, right? Think about if you're in a restaurant and you order a dish, right? Now I know fast food's a little different, right? You can go to McDonald's and order something, and then it just pops right there, and you're like, wow, you guys are miracle workers. Well, there's a little different case there, but the minute you put in the order, it's not the minute that you receive the order as well, because we still live within a construct of process that occurs, which is a series of now moments lining up for the highest good of ourselves and the highest good of all, that unlocks the lessons, the wisdom, the experience that we need to evolve. And then comes the crystallization of the creation. But then once we receive the creation, once we receive the blessing, and once we receive the miracle, what do we do with it? What do we do with it? Because sometimes that miracle isn't physicalized. It could be a feeling. It could be the activation of a level of consciousness. It could be the go window to create. It could be a hello or a good morning. It could be a smile from a stranger. It could be an opportunity. But when the opportunity knocks, what do we do with it? Right? And even myself included, there's been multiple times where opportunity has come and I'm like, ugh, and I shrink down and I go small and I hide. I shrink down, I go small and I hide. Shrink down, I go small and I hide. Because that's my little self. My little self is going, I don't know if I can trust these people. I don't know if I can trust this stuff. I don't know if I can do this. I don't know if I can. And all the worry and all the judgment. And this is where we go, okay, little one, slow down, take it easy. It's all good. It's okay. Okay. We'll try again. Try again. And that's what we do, guys. That's the resilience. That's the persistence, is we just keep trying. We just keep trying. We just keep showing up. We just keep allowing. We just keep relaxing, and we just keep flowing no matter what. That's it. Just keep flowing no matter what. And recognize that anything that appears as such, as an opportunity, as a miracle, that doesn't align, in all honesty, it's not for us. What's meant for you will always be, so mote it be. Right? And also, too, is sometimes when we have to shut down opportunity and shut down situations and so on and so forth, it's because there's learning in it and things aren't aligned. And can we trust that that's a miracle as well? That when things don't go according to the I plan, up here I plan, that we're actually witnessing a miracle. And that when everything comes crumbling apart, that in itself is a miracle. Now wait a minute, Corey, how is me losing everything? How is me not trusting and not allowing a miracle? You'll get there. Promise you. Sometimes that redirection is a part of the divine pathway, the divine plan from our Creator is gifting us something. Wisdom within experience, right? Lessons within experience. Resilience. Being able to bounce back. Being able to say no more. Being able to say, hey, I'm okay right where I'm at. That I am perfect and solutions are arriving in every now moment. That anytime I face a problem, I recognize I have an opportunity to step into the solution. And as long as I recognize that I can stay solution focused, that the problems that exist are of my own making, okay, that I too can afford to give myself the opportunity to discover what it is that I need to do here and now. And sometimes it's doing nothing at all. Sometimes it's not being anything at all. Sometimes it's just saying, you know what? I just got to accept this. That it isn't right. That it isn't okay. That it's fucked up. That it's messed up. And sometimes our miracle is just acceptance. Self-belief, right? But we gotta open up, guys. We have to open up wider, deeper, and expand greater than we ever have before to really discover what it is that we are and what it is we're here to become. And I know it sounds great. It sounds very fashionable. Man, this is beautiful. We could put a price tag on this and sell it on YouTube. I get it. I get it. Just try it. Just try it. You don't have to purchase it for $9.99 or $7.99. You don't have to buy it into a course. We don't have to market it into anything. Right? We just got to get up and do it. Just do it. That's all. Just do it. Because on camera, it sounds really good. When Corey's in his oracular doing it, it sounds really good. But it's when we break away from this illusion and this, can we actually practice that? And so it's like, yes, I know I can, I know I can, I know I can, I know I got this, I know I got this. But then that moment comes, right? The screen shuts off and we're not in the energy of this flow. Those thoughts creep in, that doubt, that fear, that worry, those constructs. And this is when we go, no, 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 no. I remember what resilience is. I remember what persistence is. I remember that I am the knowing. I am the miracle. That I am the trust. That I am the faith. That I am the consciousness that's expanding through this. That I can expand beyond my limitations. That I can say no more to those old stories and those old themes and those old narratives. That I can step into action. I can get out that pen and paper. I can write myself a new story. I can engage with new belief systems. I can recite those mantras over and over and over and over again. I can connect with Gaia. I can open up. I can literally just sit there and put my hand on my heart and go, you know what? I'm open to receiving. I'm open to receiving. I'm open to receiving. I'm open to receiving. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am the miracle. I am the miracle. I am the miracle. Right? I am the knowing. I am the all. I am the one. And I can just keep going. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Right? Just keep going. Right? And receive the miracle just as it is. No matter how profound or how extreme these realities can be, trust that the magic is constantly working in your favor. That's all we need to know. Sometimes that's all you need to know. That magic exists. And it's working for my highest good right now. And there's a lot of days where I've gone through that too, where I'm like, magic's working through me right now. And I'm like, how? How is this magic? How is this magic? It's up to you to tap in and define that, what it means for you. You're the one that defines it. You're the one that defines it, and you're the one that defies it as well, right? For us to stand prosperous, to stand in our knowing, to stand in our clarity, to stand in our trust, it sounds really good, but when you're playing the role of a victim, or you've been through a lot of traumatic situations, how is it that we step beyond the roles of the martyr and the roles of all these things and really connect to that knowing? It's practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect, guys. Every little day, making those small investments in self, and not in the I ego self, but in the we self, the unified self, right? Via zone, baby. The passion is ignited. Propane tank, right? So it's amazing. You know, it really is amazing. Okay, guys. As long as you don't compromise at a soul level, okay? As long as you are aware of the choices and the decisions you make, right? You are never, ever, ever going to sell out or sell yourself short. I just heard it right now. Sell your soul to the devil. Really, guys? Are we really playing in that? Come on now. Really? As long as you listen, as long as you trust to your heart, and you allow the miracle to unfold, you will never compromise. That's what we have to look at, guys. Is that if these constructs and these beliefs are coming up, and whoever is projecting that into this reality, I love you and I adore you, but come on now. Are we really going to play in this game? We're here by faith and here by miracles right now. That too is a game. And when you see it as such, the strategies of divide and conquer, you go, I see you. I see you're a master game player. I see you're a master manipulator. But I also don't need to play by that. Aho Samoto B, Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. It's as simple as that. You don't have to sign on the dotted line, guys. You really don't. It's okay. You don't have to sign on the dotted line. The thing is, we don't want to subscribe to fear. We don't want to subscribe to that separation. But when we are going through our expansion and opportunities are opening up for us, we also want to make sure that we tap into our knowing and know what's right for us in every moment. So when we open up to miracles, when we open up to faith, we have to allow the illusion of fear to fall, to settle within our heart knowing. And we also have to use our keys of discernment. And this is where it's really important to tap into our knowing, to connect with Gaia, to connect with Mother Nature, right? And to ask those questions and to not just say yes right away either. Process it. When opportunities open up, process. You don't have to say yes right away. You take a step back. Just relax. Say, you know what? I'll get back to you on that. Thank you. But we have to walk by faith. And sometimes we have to walk by simplicity. Do we live by the complicated mind or the simple heart? Because the simple heart will tell you so much. This will tell you a lot as well. Right? And as we're learning to befriend this and getting better acquainted with this, it's really important for us to get acquainted with the heart. The heart. And to know that the solutions exist here. Right? That the love, the knowing exists here. And as we allow it to radiate through the form, we're gifting ourselves a better opportunity to really remember and rediscover what it is to be divine love, to live by divine love, and to set the example for our families, friends, relatives, kids, loved ones on what it is to be love no matter what. And that in itself is an initiation. Living by that space of love and knowing is an initiation. Because then we start calling forward experiences that aren't so loving. And then a lot of us have to go, can I live by this love no matter what? Which means sometimes it's taking a break. Sometimes it's saying no. Sometimes it's embracing another. Sometimes it's giving a hug. Sometimes it's giving advice. Sometimes it's just walking on through and not giving up. And it's a palpable frequency that exists within this space that reverberates through the form, that opens us up to deeper levels of knowing and really securing our foundations as the heart, as the soul, as the light, and allowing this compass to be that which carries us home and moves us forward on our trajectories. The pathways exist within you. The pathways that we are calling forward here and now exist within you. And as long as we allow the reverberation of the heart song to carry through the form, and we allow that to be with us as we are walking forward on our journey, we know that no matter what, that this thing is going to lead us in the right direction. Because it's the space of divine innocence. Kitty, hi. It's the space of divine innocence. It's the space of miracles, actually, is the heart. And it's really a space of flow. And it's about opening up to that and doing what we can to reset our day, reset our practice in every moment to live by this. Examples of doing this, guys. We can do this right now. Hi, Kitty. River. River, you want to say hi to everyone? Say, this is River. He's a river kitty. Okay. All right, so we're going to go into a little example of how to do this. If you want to join me in this, one hand, put it on your heart chakra. And if you want, you can take another hand to your left hand, put it on your human heart. And just sit here and tune into this space. Open up to receive. Breathe with this space. And allow the pressure of the hands to hold your focus. We want to place our focus and our consciousness within this space. You're going to start to feel a pulse, a rhythm, a beat, This is your music. This is your song. This is your knowing. And the more you tune into this at deeper and deeper levels, feel it increase. You'll feel the pulse get stronger and stronger and stronger. Follow the vibration through your entire body. Do what you can to be here, to sit in silence with here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sit for a few moments in silence with the heart and just be here. Just imagine that this is the only place that exists. That this is the only creation you need to know. And this is the only place you need to belong to, is right here at the heart. With the self, the freedom. It really is, it's simple, guys. It's simple. The thing is that, I want to state this. Us as a community have really overcomplicated a lot of processes because it sounds really cool, because there's selling points, right? Us as a community, you know, when you're an entrepreneur and doing this, you know, it's like, oh, we build courses and we have to create this whole technique, and a lot of it does work, guys. I'm not saying that at all. But we can get overcomplicated with our process. We can get very overcomplicated with things because it sounds nice, it's flashy, right? It's marketable. We can campaign this one, we can turn this into that. I get it, I get it. But part of us as being that love is that we can just do this very simply. Just be it. But there is a lot of human conditioning that gets in the way at times. There's situations, there's political events, there's news stories, there's collective themes, there's all these things that start to get in the way. And that is the constructs that we have built, okay? Yes, all of us in this room, if you're watching this video, we've all said yes to that. And we've all built that stuff. So if we are the builders of those constructs of competition and of trauma and of divide and of torture, can we also recognize that we can be the builders of something brand new? That is simple. That's easy. And recognize that we don't need to keep inserting those belief systems, those behaviors, and those patterns that make things a lot harder than they need to be. I understand, right, that we all need that test of resilience, right? We need that strengthening. We need that come up. We need that story, right? But we also can open up to a new level of flow. Here's another thing I recognize too. It might be easier for me to state this in the United States than it would be in a third world country as well. Because it really is, there's a lot of differences of opinion, there's a lot of cultural templates to break through, and I recognize there's societal conditioning and the collectives change based upon our area and location. It's probably easier for me to say this out in nature on a reservation, right? Having my needs met and feeling supported. And I recognize this same narrative, if I were to be dropped in a whole nother situation and in a third world country, or in a place where there's war, right? Or in a place where it's filled with fear that if I speak my truth, I'll get my head cut off, or that if I show my face, I'll get raped. Definitely, this whole truth would change. And I recognize that. I live in a first world country. And so I know this varies by location. And I know it's not as easy as it sounds. You happen to be talking to someone who's gone through a lot of struggle, a lot of pain, and a lot of trauma. But you're also looking at someone who's been very triumphant and has had the ability to discover that resilience as well. Okay. Either way, though, is all of us as a collective within this experience can begin to return to simplicity again, and we can begin to share that 100th monkey effect. Let's see where the chain effect goes if we all choose to live that. Simple heart, simple kind of man, simple kind of woman, simple, easy, fun, flowing. And just allowing the rest to fall away and trying not to overcomplicate our situation and try to not overcomplicate it on how it's going to look and where it's going to happen and let this linear logic thing get in the way. Because this thing can be pretty torturous. And mankind itself, throughout human history, has been pretty torturous. Maybe it's time for us to step into something new and to just be a little bit more kind, a little bit more soft, a little bit more amazing, just a little bit more beautiful. And let's see what happens. The magic unfolds from the heart, not from the mind. Hermetic principles. The universe is mind. The soul is heart. The soul is mind. But once again, when we're coming from this thing, which is so easily propagated, right? It's so easy to get into this and to mess with it. The power's in here. The power's in here. The power's always been in here, and we need to trust here. This is home. This right here is home. This right here is home. This right here is home too. Even though, you know, a part of this shifting in consciousness and all these things I'm talking about right now is all heart-centered discussion. This entire thing is home. So take a moment, touch your body and go, I'm home. And it's safe to trust my home. Safe to trust my home. I can allow myself to trust this thing again. To trust this vehicle of ascension. To trust this miracle. And to allow this miracle to be just what it is. It's part of your divine birthright. To just exist here, and to be here, to belong here, to share here, to feel here. And to know that this thing will take care of you as long as you take care of it. And the consciousness that resides within it is freaking magical. It is masterful. It is gorgeous. It is unique. It is essence. It is signature. It is song. It is music. It is art. And as long as you recognize that and allow it to be that, it will extend out and it will show you things about yourself that you've never known. It will show you miracles. It will show you joy. And as long as you can let go and allow this thing to express exactly as it is, it will show you everything. And you will witness the magic of your creation come to life. Okay? I care about you guys. I love you guys. I really do. Right? But it's really time for us to open up and to witness the miracle of our own creation again. And to really open up to the divine flow. And to just keep shifting, just keep moving, just keep dancing, just keep allowing, and just keep playing. All right, just keep playing. All right. Anyway, so let's see. I'm gonna check out the chat. Yes, love you, homebody. Hey, 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 everybody. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. All right. Hey, oh, hi, 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 hi. Love you guys. And you know, here's the thing, guys, is when it comes to the mind, right? We don't want to belittle the mind. We don't want to hate the mind. We don't want to, even myself, there's moments, right? There's moments where I'm in that transcendent period where I'm like, yo, I can't listen to this. I need to listen to this. And then there's moments where I befriend it and we work with this and we allow this to be the miracle and the magic, right? So we also recognize that a part of divine flow and a part of our alchemy as well is like, there's moments where we just got to live here in these ranges. And then when we rebuild that bridge to higher mind up here, it's we befriend it again. You know, it's like, it is a process of delicately weaving with our own light to really know what it means to exist within all of these realms and all these connection points, right? So even this that I'm speaking of right now, the miracle of faith and of the simplicity of here, it doesn't mean that like all of a sudden we just never listen to this, right? But we also, it is about flow and where we're at within our transition and what we're opening up to, what we're practicing, what we're embodying, right? So please take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Just something to work with and to play with, okay? So I've got Mystical Shaman Oracle deck out. Let's just see what wants to come forward from the Mystical Shaman. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Man, a lot is opening up for us right now, but we just gotta stay in the magic. We gotta stay in the magic. And just keep opening up at greater and greater levels, into just, you know, allow. Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. What messages want to come through for our beautiful little collective and family today? Middle world, right? So middle world, it's really about how we are existing in the third dimension. I say third dimension. Let's clear, cancel, delete that. It's how we are existing, creating, and being on planet Earth, right? So it is the tangible. It is the connection of the as above, so below. But it also speaks of the middle path. It speaks of the middle path. 36 is a 9, right? So we're seeing the mystical, trusting the magic. 9s can also represent completions and endings, right? So then when we look at the middle world, right? We look at here, planet Earth, right? Is witnessing the magic here? And also too, where is it that we can witness the magic in our own realities, in our own life stream here on planet Earth? Right? But also, how do we witness the mystical and the magical here now? Right? So really taking that moment today to come back to planet Earth and be here. Be here. I also want to say come back to reality. But when I state that, it's also too, whose reality? My reality? Your reality? The collective reality? The narrative? So then it's, if I come back to reality, whose reality? Mine? Theirs? Mine? Come back to your reality. It's your choice on how you want to perceive it. It's your choice on how you want to witness it. It's your choice on how you want to be in it. It's completely your choice. It's entirely your choice on how you choose to witness your reality, how you choose to share your reality, and how you choose to become one with your reality. Oh, there we go. Perfect. 2 more cards. All right. The blade. There we go. Cutting out. This is taking that moment to really cut out that stuff right now that no longer serves in the reality of your creation and of your making. So since you have the power, right, to be in your reality, to witness the magic, to unfold the magic, and to create it, it's about cutting those things out. It's about severing those cords, severing those connections, right? But it's also about fine-tuning your tool of discernment here, sharpening the blade of your own creation. Think of a blade, okay? A blade itself, just like a hammer, can be used to harm, but it can be used to also create with, right? So it's also the gift of the blade. It's also in the power of us as a creator and as with creation on how we use this blade. Do we use this to harm another individual, to cut people down, or do we choose it to cut away or to carve a new pathway? So the blade, it does represent the duality, the dual side of this world, but also too, which side of the blade are we occupying? Are we in destruction or in creation? Are we in the embodiment of both, which is that middle path? You know, if we were to think of the middle, the mastery of the middle path of the master, it's that both of those cycles of death and rebirth, creation and deconstruction, all coexist and harmonize for a reason. So that which leaves no longer serves. Aho. It's a part of our creation. And that which we create also leads into that, those deconstructive or those destructive titles. Right? So it really is it's a gift. It's a gift. It is a gift. And then the owl. There we go. Watch the magic unfold. Watch the magic unfold. Right. Once again, another very mystical animal. Right. Speaking of the Watcher, our spirit guide. Right. But also being able to see beyond the veil, to really stare deep into that knowing. The one thing I love about this card is he's looking right into your soul. He's saying, I know you. Who's in the vessel? Who's in the suit right now? What are you sharing? There's something very piercing about the owl. Those eyes staring right into you, like it knows you. Also a lot of magic with the owl. So a lot of this is the gift of us being able to see beyond the illusion of the middle world, to be able to cut out that which no longer serves, being able to pierce our own veils, and to be able to transcend our own limitations. So all these cards right now, gifting us the opportunity to really fine tune, to use our discernment, to be able to build a new reality, to be able to step away from that which no longer serves, and being able to share with ourselves our own reality, the constructs that we're building here and now, and then reverberating that through the field and sharing that with one another and inspiring them to do the same. It really is about uplifting and inspiring others to be able to step into their creation, to be able to cut away that which no longer serves them, to be able to allow them to rise up into the new. You know, because here's the thing, collectively, when one rises, all rises. And not from a place of savior, not from a place of sacrifice. It's as goes I, so goes the collective. So when one rises, we all rise. When the all rises, we all rise together, right? So we just got to keep rising up, guys. Death, deconstruction, obliteration of the old, right? We are all the phoenix. We all got to rise again. It's okay to fall. I've fallen quite a few times. Welcome to being an angel. But a part of the resilience in the path of the warrior is that we keep rising and we don't give up. So rise up today. Own your miracle. Own your faith. Trust your magic. And let the rest reveal itself to you, for you, and by you. All right? So I love you guys. I love you guys. Much love and respect to everyone out there. Thank you. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for being a part of my journey, and thank you for being a part of this gnosis, part of this miracle, and a part of being here on planet Earth, on Gaia. So we're all just remembering, right, and living by what our divine perfection is, living by our faith, our knowing, and living by our gnosis, right? So I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Oh, I love you too, sweetie. Love you too. Hey, Kendra, how's it going? All right, well, it's really good to see everyone. Good to see everyone in here. So, you know, today, take a moment to step outside. Breathe with the Divine Mother. Breathe with Gaia. Breathe with your heart. Open up to miracles, open up to flow, and just surrender, right? So we're just going to be happy, giggity. Just going to be happy and be silly. We're going to believe, right? The messengers are here. The oracles are coming online. If you know, you know. And we're really excited to see more of us showing up and getting online and playing and playing and playing. Kendra, I definitely will. I will. I'm very close. Very close. I should be in Sedona next week. Yep. So I'm just waiting right now, waiting on a few things to align and settling in. And I was actually there the other day, and I'll be there again soon. And when I do, I'll reach out. So I love you guys. Much love and respect to all of you out there. Thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes and all that good fun. We're gonna keep playing. We're gonna keep doing. If you saw on my community page, I post a Lyra Angelic light code. A lot more light codes coming out. We're gonna see a lot more of that stuff coming out. There's some, you know, a lot of us repurposing more of in that In that, a lot of us stepping, for myself, I'll say this, a lot of the elemental kind of fey medicine, a lot of that Tellusian medicine is a lot of like resourcing, really kind of diving back into the archives and bringing aspects and versions of forward that I really love to play with. One of them, of course, being with the Andaras, really communicating with the Andarian teams and, playing with these beautiful groups of the crystals. But also to, we're working with light codes again and doing a lot of the light code, stepping back into the art, stepping back into the drawing, stepping back into that stuff. So, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So if you want, go check out my Instagram. Instagram or whatever. It's Founders of Light. Anyways, Founders of Light. And I think there's like a dash or a semicolon or some weird thing on there. The links are in the description box. I'll also be posting them on the community quite regularly. Is there any other updates? No, we're just gonna keep showing up and keep flowing. A lot of other opportunities and creations showing up. The opportunities to co-create as well. There's a lot of opportunities to co-create. And right now, it's like we're just taking this Aries season and we're just pumping the jams, pumping up the volume, and just dancing with the divine, and just rocking forward with what we're doing. So if you want to go check out the Instagram, we have a lot of stuff over there. There's other creations coming out as well. I don't even know if I have permission to share all those other creations yet, but we'll just keep flowing with it. So guys, if you need anything, please reach out. foundersoflight@gmail.com is my email. You can also check out the website, foundersoflight.org. As always, thank you guys. Thank you. We're going to keep flowing. We're going to keep creating. We're going to go back into the honeycomb and stay connected, stay connected, and stay in our knowing, keep doing what we do at a multi-dimensional level, keep anchoring and keep staying in the heart, right? But right now, guys, the new pathways that have been solidified, we have anchored a whole new level of freedom since equinox, and we are very much so seeing the crystallization of that. We're feeling it within the body. Those that have access to those realms know what I'm talking about. It's very detached, it's very allowing, it's very trusting, and as a result, we won. The light is won. Our freedom's here. And what's cool is it's like, oh, there's more freedom to come. There's more liberation. Yeah, there's more freedom. There's more liberation, right? And we're all just, we're really fine tuning and walking to our own song. And that's what I invite you to do, with this next level of freedom, is to just walk with your own song, right? To walk to the beat of your own heart, to walk with the mother, great mother here, to walk with, I don't know when we want to say that's father, because it can be mother too, with solar logos. But, just staying in your pillar and walking with that as that, and just allowing yourself to flow, right? Allowing yourself to flow. So, that's it, guys. All right, I'll see you guys soon. So as we close out this sacred ceremony, as we close out this session, I invite you to step back into your love, to step back into your clarity, to step back into your faith, and to really trust miracle and the magic that's working for you, through you, with you, as the omnipresent creator, the omniscient creator, is working miracles in your life today and in every day from here on forward, right? I love you, I honor you, I respect you, I thank you. So mote it be, so it shall always be. Namaste.